Grae, did you watch the original X-Men back in
That's
the
the thing. No, I didn't. At least not diligently or in its entirety. So it's this is coming from a complete normie who's like getting into it the first time. Basically the first time. I actually
Okay.
minus the character designs of the old versus the new. Let's not let's put that aside first. I actually like it. It's
Okay.
actually it's a continuation of the story, and so far no insertion of identity politics and all that BS, unless they put it in the middle or the end. That's BS if they did that. But right now it's like it's actually really good. It's focused on actually telling the story of the mutants versus normal human beings, and like what happened in the past, like how Magneto is now in the picture, and he's actually kind of trying to be the person that Xavier wanted him to be. I actually like that. It's like in that, especially in the finale of the second episode, like, oh shit, he's actually gonna turn. Actually, no, he didn't. He's like,
Yeah.
this is what I can do, but I won't, because to honor Xavier's memory. I actually like that. And yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I kind of expected like Storm was gonna girl boss everyone, but it's actually the other way around. She's the one who loses her powers. So I they actually put some thought into this. They actually wrote the characters like in a way that's believable, not inserting whatever BS is there. So overall, yeah, I actually so far so good. Let's see where it goes, especially with the twist in the ending of second episode. So because you probably know who that is, Phil. I don't, so it's gonna be exciting. Oh, who's this person, this other person? Why is she there? It's like, anyway, yeah. Anyway, I would give it a solid 7 or an 8. It's not wow,
Okay.
this is the best show I've ever seen, but it's actually pretty solid.
All right. So here's the thing. Did I grow up watching X-Men in the early 90s? Yes, I did. However, I only watched like the first 2 seasons at most, right? It's because during that time I was probably I was because the only time they ever actually showed X-Men was Saturday in Fox Kids, like early Saturday mornings and shit like that. So by the time I wake up, they're probably either done with it already. So whenever I can, I do actually watch it. But I did watch it as much as I could. I remember I did watch the part where they did a crossover with the Spider-Man animated TV show with the X-Men, and then that's when I noticed, like, wait, I think it was X-Men went over to Spider-Man, and some of the characters look sort of off in terms of like animation and character designs. But going back to the early 90s, I didn't watch the entire thing. Like I watched some of the Phoenix Saga stuff, like here and there. Like but the thing is that how I actually came to love the X-Men wasn't actually the X-Men TV show per se. Like I did like the theme song, I did like the characters and stuff like that, but it wasn't the main thing that got me hooked onto X-Men. The first thing that actually really drove it home and put a nail in the coffin, like, yes, I really like X-Men, was X-Men versus Street Fighter in the Capcom versus series. Like that was
Okay.
probably my favorite thing. Like I didn't really play too much like what's it called again? Children of, well, I forgot what's called already. The one for Super Nintendo, but and the one with like when they introduced Thanos. But it's what's it called again? X-Men versus Street Fighter, and that's when I started liking a lot of the characters. But the cool thing was that they actually brought on all of the voice actors from the TV show to do the video games, which is freaking amazing, which is awesome, right? And so now I'm watching this one. I'm like, okay, is it going to be woke trash or woke garbage or anything like that? I was like expecting it, but it didn't
Yeah.
happen, right? And
Yeah.
the thing is, a lot of characters, well, like people are. I remember we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, and we talked about how like Storm sort of becomes second in command, and everyone's like, "What? She's always been second in command," which does make sense
Yeah.
because she's an
Yeah.
Omega level mutant. Yo, what's going on,
Yeah.
Tom? How's it going, dude? Rogue Attraction said, "Howdy, folks. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well." But yeah. So now, are the character designs faithful? It's faithful enough, but some of the characters looks okay. Some of the characters look a little bit different, of course, because it's you're going from the early 90s to the late 90s. And but this show, I would say, was pretty good. It surprised me how much like I actually enjoyed it. And of course, the original actor, the voice actor for Cyclops, he passed away. So they didn't get him on. I'm not sure how many original voice actors they brought on because a lot of them are either very old or they passed away. Yo, Edwin with the 10 gifted memberships. Holy shit. Yo,
Thank you.
thank you, man. Damn, that's freaking generous, man.
Yeah.
Yo, you didn't have to do that, man. Thank you. Holy crap.
We'll try to release more videos so you guys members early got to watch Damsel or my Damsel review earlier. Yeah, don't watch it. Just watch my review instead. I summarized pretty much the entire movie already.
Yeah, but so far, everything I like. Now, here's the thing. Here's my one gripe, and Tom has been talking. Rogue Attraction has been talking about it. The animation is a little bit stiff. Is very okay. It sort of Did you ever watch Archer?
No. Oh yeah. I love Archer. I love Archer.
So it's sort of like not as stiff as that, but it's like almost like that. And it's like the animation is not very fluid and not very stiff. And when it comes to a person who's majored in animation and has worked in animation industry, it feels like they're missing some frames. If you like for anyone in the chat who ever watched any of the DC animated like movies, those are really, really good and really well animated and is very fluid. Maybe this is meant to be the style. I'm not sure, but it felt very stiff. How do you feel about that, man?
Yeah, it's like I was thinking, it's like, yeah, there's something. Yeah, I was under that mindset too, because like they're going for that 90s feel. So maybe that's why. At the same time, admittedly I don't have the same eye as you do, since you're an artist. So I was thinking, I'm sure Phil's gonna say something about this art style and when we talk about it today. So yeah, but I was right. You were gonna say something about it. So yeah, for me it's okay, but this is coming from the perspective of like a normie watcher. So I can see where you're coming from, and maybe they can do it better in season 2. Hopefully, as long as they don't pull off the rug in mid to later this season, that they don't put identity politics in it. I hope this gets a season 2.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. So basically, the first episode it does like they do the freaking intro, which is fucking awesome. It's they added in Morth and Bishop, which is great. And I liked it. It's very reminiscent of the older one. The sound is a little different, but overall it's really good. And it goes through some of the characters. I believe they're in a warehouse and they captured Sunspot. Oh, sorry, chat. That's the character Sunspot. All right. So if you guys didn't know who the character was, the Hispanic looking one that got captured, okay. He's Sunspot. So let me bring up Sunspot so you guys know what I'm talking about. Sunspot Marvel.
Yeah, I've never heard of him until now.
Yeah, he's like Hispanic, I believe, Hispanic descent, and he's actually pretty cool. It's sort of like let me bring it up really quick. So he looks like this. Like like his whole body becomes like he's like a sunspot, right? So I'm not sure this might be the actual one from the movies back in the day, but no one really cared how he looked like. But yeah, so this is the actual character, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, it's strange that I'm only hearing about him literally now. And when I watched was he never a prominent X-Men?
No, he's newer. He's a little newer.
Okay,
so he wasn't in the like he was featured in what's it called again, the Fox X-Men movies for like a couple of seconds, right? But yeah, but for this one, like they made him young. They made him I think he's Mexican descent or Latin. Yeah. For you people who like using it, Latinx, right? Like maybe Latin American descent or something. But yeah, he's Sunspot. He has like basically blaster energies and stuff like that, and it's pretty cool that they brought him on. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be a part of the group. They were basically they captured him. They had this little like this was a mutant inhibitor thing around him, and then who shows up first? Who shows up first? Storm shows up first. Yeah. Storm shows up first, and then a Cyclops comes in, and I thought it was pretty cool. They played the X-Men music as the theme song whenever they get into a fight, and it's they remove his Scott's visors. They captured it, and it's like, oh no!
Oh, I surrender. I said, oh fuck, man, you're gonna die.
Fucking the entire building explodes.
You guys are gonna fucking die.
I'm liking this so far, and it's good. At this time, Jean Grey is pregnant, and so she's not really in the fight too much. Gambit, I think Gambit, Wolverine. They weren't there. Gambit, Wolverine, and Rogue, they weren't there because they didn't want to be there or something. And and at this point in time, they did talk about how Professor X was killed off at the last episode of the early 90s. Yo, Cerberus with the 10 gifted membership. Holy goddamn chat room.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. I'm thinking of making a free rent season 1 review, so I'll give that to members early. So at least there's something worthwhile with the memberships.
Yeah, thank you. Holy crap, thank you,
Thank you.
Cerberus, for the 10. Yeah, so we say, yeah, he's Brazilian. Thank you. Yeah, he's Brazilian. Yeah, so which is pretty cool. And I think overall, okay. When I first saw that that Gambit one, he had a crop top where like you see his abs.
Yeah,
I'm like that's very gay, but it's very 90s, so it makes it
yeah.
makes sense,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, so the first episode, I forgot what else happens in the first episode, right? I believe they were trying to take down the people who were
that twist in the end of the first episode is Magneto coming in. Oh, Savior's last will is I take his place as leader of the X-Men. That was the twist in episode 1. It's like, oh no, it's our arch nemesis is now is now our boss. So that's the end of the first episode.
Yeah.
Then first in episode 2 they kind of dig deeper that yeah, it's more complicated now. So as much as I hate the people who despise us. Like I want to respect Savior's wishes. So time will tell if they actually write him very well as the show goes on.
Yeah, and I believe the people that they're trying to take down, they were able to get access to Trask's Sentinels. So the Sentinels are, of course, those things that the government made with Trask to take down and hunt down mutants, and that's where I believe the movie Days of Future Past was basically what happens if Trask basically went crazy and was able to use Sentinels to hunt down. And that's a different timeline where Cable comes from. You watched Deadpool 2, right?
Yeah.
So
that same Cable?
Yeah, it's the same Cable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so basically it's so I believe Cable does make an appearance in the original too. Like he comes back and there's a whole Days of Future Past kind of thing. So what happens is that there's these regular like goons or thugs that like who hates people with mutant powers. So they were able to get their hands on like a giant Sentinel arm, and they were able to get these like I guess like Mega Man looking blasters, and they're basically like shooting them. And and basically it's sort of episode 1 is more like a recap, like where's everyone and what's everyone going what's everyone up to. And they're basically trying to Jubilee is basically trying to convince Sunspot to join the X-Men, right? It's like join the X-Men, I went because in the original one the first episode is basically Jubilee joining the X-Men. And she originally didn't want to, right? She's like, oh, I don't want to join, I'm just a kid. And now she's like, well, this is family. So, and then at the end of the episode, so someone broke into the house, that's Logan. And then it's basically Eric basically holding a picture of Xavier and him, and he's like, well, in his will, I'm supposed to be the leader, which is And then the next episode, that's where it sort of gets a little bit more, I guess, political, of course. It's a little bit political. And I guess the bad guys basically, not the bad guys, the people in politics basically said, wait, why is Magneto here? Why is he, a part of your group and stuff like that? And they basically, they land in front of the X Mansion, and they're like, okay, we have you're under arrest for crimes against humanity or some bullcrap, right? And then he's like, don't even think about shooting us because our guns are actually like, you won't work with your magnet your magnet powers or some bullshit. And then he's like, well, your bullets are it doesn't work, but the helicopters can. So he basically lifts up like 3 helicopters with the blades spinning. And then he's like, I can kill you guys right now, but he's like, I'm not going to because I'm a better person, and this is Charles's his will for me to like be good. So he basically turns himself in, and go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you think about that? It's like I get the feeling that the will is a facade. It's like they didn't really dig deep into that will, right? It's like they didn't look into the papers and everything. For all they know, it's just a ruse. That's what I think.
Mhm.
Then he pulls off his true motives later on in the season or something like that. I think that's what they're going for. I could be wrong. I think that's what they're going
Yeah.
for. Like, yeah, I actually hate all of you. It's like mutants take over everything. It's like something like that. That's what I feel.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Eric has always been he is mutant first, and he's basically he's basically what I wouldn't say he's basically a supremacist. He's a mutant supremacist, and he basically says in the original one, like, the government will never accept us, right? The government will never accept us. We need to use extremist tactics and like to make sure that we live, is because according to the government, it's basically they're trying to kill us. And then Xavier's always like the peaceful guy. We can live together and shit. So next scene, he shows up at the what's it called again? What's the Capitol, and they're basically like,
He's
we
on
should
trial.
put his ass. We should put your ass in jail and shit like that. And he's like, well, according to this, like, I've changed, and I'm, this is Charles' will. I'm gonna use Charles' will to make sure everything that he stood for, his legacy will basically go on through me and the X-Men. And you have several of the X-Men are actually there, basically making sure nothing happens. And Wolverine and Jean Grey are back at the mansion. And during this time, there's what those extremist people who were basically saying that we got to get rid of all the X-Men and all the mutants no matter what. And what's it called again? Magneto was the sole bad guy. He's the leader of the Brotherhood. He has Asteroid M, that's basically a planet that he fucking built in outer space and shit like that. And this guy has like tortured humans and potentially even killed humans in the past. So we cannot let him live. So one guy was like, I'm going to blast his asshole with this gun that nullifies his powers. Right. And what happened was that all of a sudden during this hearing, there was a riot that happens outside, and they're basically trying to storm the Capitol. Grae, what does this remind you of?
Okay.
Elisa, what did Joe Russo say this reminded him of? January 6th.
January 6th.
How do you feel about this, man? Like the fact that
I don't think so. I didn't like for me anyway. For someone who's not really involved into that kind of thing and not really part of it, since I'm here all the way here in the Philippines, that's not how I interpreted it. That's not my interpretation, because it's written. It actually makes sense, If it was a Wookiee who wrote it, then yeah, we're gonna invade the presidency. That's how they would have written. They're not capable of writing it in such a way that it's written here. So for me, it's maybe that's a problem of going way too hard on the woke stuff. It's like I've been saying, it's like you have to learn to balance yourself. It's like you cannot go to the extreme anti-woke, or else you become the very thing that you're fighting against. I think that's how I feel. That's why I don't like the term anti-woke, because it's people who think they are smart but they're actually dumb. That's just my thing. But that's not my interpretation of that scene. It's like, but what I do have a gripe with is like, I don't know the background of the executioner guy, the guy with all those guns and everything, who can go toe to toe with so many mutants. I'm not sure what his backstory is, or if he's an actual mutant. But I find it a bit too OP. He had that kind of gun, especially in episode 1. It's like, oh, shoot the mutant, they lose their power. Shoot the mutant, they lose their. I think it's too OP. It's like, why didn't humans just focus on developing, produce those on a massive scale so that they can normalize all the mutants? That's my concern right now. It's like
So according to what I know, he basically was able. Do you remember in what's that called again? Homecoming, Spider-Man Homecoming. Like what's it called again? Batman was basically going through a bunch of old shit, and then he found some like tech that he ends up using to become the Vulture. it's sort of like that, and like that's how he was able to find it somewhere, I guess, like in the black market or something like that. Like it's because a lot of these giant sentinel like creatures are like the nullifier guns and stuff like that. They basically they were basically funded by the government, right? Because the government they're afraid of mutants, right? And so they made these giant robot sentinels to basically track them and take them down. So I guess when the fallout of the last one, I'm assuming, because I didn't finish the entire season. Like I said, chat, I only watched the first two seasons of the original. They basically, I'm assuming they basically stole the tech and sold it on the black market, and these guys bought it. These extremists bought those weapons. So I'm assuming that's how they got it, right? But yeah, it's pretty crazy though. You see, oh yo, Woo Nation with the $10. See, here's $10 bill. So fucking Grae can get himself a poster or something.
Yeah, I've been looking into Display to get some of my favorite games on my post on my wall, but okay, I'll look into that. I'll take that more seriously.
But yeah, let's see. Grae is right. The Executioner dominated Morph. What a joke. Yeah, it's pretty crazy how they did get it, but I believe that is the story. So what happens is that afterwards the Executioner basically they stormed the Capitol, and they got their eyes set on Magneto. And during this time, the X-Men were outside trying to do some shit. And they're basically Magneto's like protect everyone here, right? Protect the important people that are in here and stuff like that. And I guess for some reason, Cyclops got his ass beat. He got his ass beat, and at the same time, with this whole insurrection shit that's been happening at the Capitol, Jean Grey goes into labor.
Yeah.
Right. So Jean Grey goes into labor, and Wolverine was like, "Oh shit, we gotta go. They're coming." And he's like, "Shink, shink, who's coming?" He's like, "The baby is coming." And it's like, "Oh crap!" So then, like, he drives her to the hospital, and then and Jean Grey basically like talks telekinetically talks to Scott, and Scott is like, "Oh, the baby's coming," I'm going to labor. He's like, "Oh shit!" So then Scott leaves. I forgot how is it? Does Rogue get him there?
How did Rogue and I think yeah. Rogue went with a Cyclops to the hospital.
Okay, yeah. So go to the hospital, and then they're like, "We gotta, she's in labor," and then the doctor's like, "I ain't gonna put you, I ain't delivering a mutant baby. Hell no." It's basically it's like he's like, "I'm not gonna do that shit." And then and he's like, "I'm gonna fuck your asshole," right? Wolverine basically said, I'm gonna kill you. And then Rogue and Cyclops shows up, and I'm not sure how Rogue's powers work. I know that she can take powers from mutants if you have mutant powers, but can she take intelligence from people? Like, does it work like that? Like, oh, because the doctor is like, "Oh, I'm not gonna help you deliver your baby," and then they're like, "Oh, Rogue, can you like sap his doctor power?" She can. Okay, so, because I'm not sure what the level of sucking that Rogue can do when she touches you.
My question is it a permanent thing, or is it only temporary?
Now, so just so you know, Rogue did not know how to fly until she touched Captain Marvel and held onto her for so long that she went into a coma where she actually got the ability to fly permanently. So the longer she holds onto a person, it will become permanent. So I believe she held on to how she got her strength. Like I believe is Juggernaut, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Rogue gives a mean BJ. True. Yeah, he absorbs powers and memories temporary. Okay, so can take memories and skills. Okay, so she was able to take the doctor's what's it called again? Like basically skills on how to deliver a baby, and that's how they were able to delivered to Nathan Scott. Yeah. So what's got no Rogue got her strength for flight from Miss Marvel. Also strength and flight. Okay, I thought it was just flight. So both. Okay. All right. All right. Cool. See, that's why the chat is here to correct my dumbassness. But yes. And then what happens next? Is it the executioner breaks in, right, and then he shoots them?
Yeah. He was about to shoot Magneto, but then Storm got in between. So that's why it's her who lost her powers.
Yeah. So basically, Storm basically is like, no, and ends up they basically stands in front of her and the executioner. She gets shot, and then she loses her powers. And then Magneto's like, fuck this bitch, and he basically grabs him and like ties him to this like plate or something, and they float. Like he basically rips off like parts of the earth and flies into the sky. And he's like, I can basically fuck all your assholes right now, but I'm not going to do that. Right? Yeah. I'm not going to do it. It's because of Charles's will. And I'm trying to be a better person. And like, he basically says in a way, he's like, don't make me regret my decision, basically. And then afterwards, that's about it, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Do you think it's like some sort of ruse to make Magneto convince them to manipulate them into thinking that way? Like, could he be working with Executioner this whole time? Like that was a setup?
No, it's because Executioner hates mutants. So that means he hates what's it called again? Him too. So it's sort of like people will say, oh, this is like a racist thing. It's like, oh, he's racist. It's in a way, like you're mutants, so they don't, but mutant lives matter or something like that, I guess. Right? So it's basically at the end of the show, you said someone else shows up. I forgot who it was already. I might have missed it. Was there a post credit?
No. Oh wait, was it a post credit?
I don't remember. You said that there's a girl who shows up.
There's a girl. It's clone Jean Grey.
Oh yeah. Okay. So basically, according to what I know, this might be spoilers for you, but people should already know. I believe the Jean Grey that you actually see is the actual Jean Grey, and the Jean Grey that's actually been with Scott the entire time is a clone.
Yeah. I was talking to someone on Twitch, like no. I think that was like, I think Cable was supposed to be the son of a clone Jean. I think something like somewhere along that line.
So here's the thing. Cable is Nathan Scott.
Okay.
Damn.
Spoiler. I think the Jean we thought was real was actually the clone, right?
Yes. So the one that was pregnant the entire time is the clone.
Yeah, the one with the K-Man is the real one. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but basically becomes Madeline Pryor. True. Yo, what's going on, Alan Ing? Hope you're doing well, dude. Hope you're doing well, my dude. Yeah. So basically, Cable. This is basically Cable. So the origin stories of Cable, and so it's so far I enjoy it. It's not awful.
Yeah. I was surprised.
Plays out in 3 episodes.
In episode 3. In episode 3. So
the inside source. Yeah, and it comes out every Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So so far I like it though. So far I
really hope they don't rug pull it. They just keep this. If they keep this, I would like it. I'll give it a good score.
Yeah. It's good. I see. Let me show who Madeline Pryor is, so people know how she looks like. No, that's porn. No, we can't show that. Yeah, see, she basically is let me find a good picture of her. I guess this one's not bad, I guess. Error 101. I'm not trying to look at porn. All right, I'll just show here. All right, save search is on. So basically it looks like that. She looks like this one. Yeah. And
she looks like Jean Grey, or she was able to look like Jean Grey.
No, she's a clone of Jean Grey. She looks exactly like Jean Grey.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Like I'm not sure if she actually ends up joining Mr. Sinister later on. I'm not 100% sure if that's the story, but yeah, it's see, oh damn, spoilers right here. This is a spoiler here, Mr. Yeah, she's in touch, basically Mr. Sinister related. So yeah, so and the thing is that and during the intro we did see Morph trying to shoot and he gets scared, he goes ah, and you see Mr. Sinister, he's like laughing, right? So yeah, Disney Mal Empire has an affair of havoc. I don't know what's going on, Jericho. Leon, hope you're doing well. But yeah, so how what do you give it, like, overall? Like, you said a 7, right? You enjoyed it?
Yeah, a 7/8 for now. It's like unless they rug pull us in the middle. It's like because given this is Disney. That's why I'm really worried that like this is just like, oh, we're gonna make it really good at the start, but then we're gonna insert everything else in the middle or in the end. That's what I'm worried about. It's just it's Disney. Disney does everything.
Now, the question that I do have is the part where Rogue goes, because Rogue used to be a part of.
Oh yeah, what's Rogue's relationship with Magneto?
So I'm not sure how this one goes, but I know in the original, like Rogue was already there. So I'm check and correct me if I'm wrong, because I know that Gambit was originally part of the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse with Magneto, and I'm not sure if that changed in any way. But first, but basically at the end of the episode, Rogue goes into the office of Xavier where Magneto is there, and he was looking at a photo of Magneto and himself and Charles, and she takes off her gloves and she touches Magneto's hand, and basically in a way, basically Magneto says, like, you know, like, I've known you before, like, yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but Magneto and Rogue have a kid. How does it? Wouldn't he die? Wouldn't he die during intercourse? But yeah, so basically he's like, she basically said, you were the only one who ever like supported me or recognized me. And then she leaves the room and you see Gambit and he's like pissed. So I'm not sure what they're gonna do. Your Brotherhood of Mutants, yeah. Was she part of Brotherhood back in the day? Yeah, Lost series has strong stats. Don't trust Disney though, brother. The Brotherhood, he stripped Magneto and Rogue. I see. Not that they stripped. They shipped Magneto and Rogue. Yeah, it sounds like they're shipping them, which is weird.
Yeah, and then, it kind of looks that way. It looks that way in the show, actually.
I don't know. Yeah, Rogue used to be in Brotherhood. Okay, so probably before she would join X-Men. Okay. Okay, then. Yeah, like see, I like I said, chat, like I'm not too well versed in into OG X-Men, like with the comics. The only time I ever collect the comic books is because the cover looks cool. I never really read them. Yeah, I remember Rogue was a part of Mystique's team. Mystique is part of the Brotherhood who adopted Rogue. Oh, okay. So if that ties into this one, that does make sense then. But overall, I thought it was entertaining. I hope it gets better. I hope it doesn't get worse. Some of the animation was pretty good. Some of the fight scenes are pretty good. I believe there was a cool fight scene where they're all fighting against the Sentinels, where Gambit like gives his psionic powers to explosive psionic powers to what's it called again? To Wolverine's claws, and he fucking like cuts off the head, which is pretty neat. Which is pretty neat.
That was cool too. Yeah, I like that segment as well.
Yeah. So, in the Merciless, Alan says, in the comics, Rogue left the Brotherhood before she took Miss Marvel's powers. She need Professor X to help control her powers. Oh, okay. That makes sense now. That makes sense. Yeah. So I guess maybe Magneto can have like a electromagnetic condom, and then I don't know. But yeah, overall, I will look forward to the next episode. I want to see what they do.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah.
If
it gets woke, I won't be shocked though. But go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Same here. It's like it's nice because like I I took a picture right on what's gonna happen in April. So it's so far so good. X-Men 97 is not woke to our surprise, because like we got a lot of woke stuff coming. We have Fallout, we got Rebel Moon Part 2, and we got Vilma. So that's a lot of woke content, man. We all know it's gonna be. So I'm glad that X-Men 97 so far is not. So at least there's
Yeah.
that, and Shogun. Shogun's really good too.
Like despite Morph being like an androgynous like nobody, no face kind of character, like being a they them non-binary thing, it's like for me, like that's probably the wokest they'll get, but it's not, they didn't say it in the show. It's like, oh look, it's like, imagine if someone talks to Morph and it's like, hi Morph, you know, oh you're a Morph, oh yeah, I go by they them pronouns. It's like, okay, it won't fucking make sense, right? Nothing like that was like basically like shoehorned in the show so far. I believe the original thing was like Scott and Jean Grey, they were supposed to like basically leave the X-Men and to start their family, but now they can't. The original plan was they wanted to, now they can't. And then basically at the end of the episode, Storm's like, since I lost my powers, I feel like I lost my connection to the X-Men. I lost my connection to you, to anyone here. So I'm gonna leave. So she leaves at the end of episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. I just hope that it's not like, you know, we watched the first two episodes of what's it called again? The Last of Us, and then episode 3. Gotcha, bitch.
Yep.
Gotcha. Like we don't want that. We don't want them to like freaking like, haha. You know, we tricked the audience to watching a gay love story between
between Logan and Morph.
Yeah, it'll be cool if Storm goes to Wakanda, go through that storyline. No, they're not gonna do that, man. They're not gonna have her marry T'Challa, and then T'Challa later on is like, bitch, get out, you're banned from Wakanda. They're not gonna do that. Yeah, watch for episode 3 to be bait and switch. That's what they did with what's it called again? Last of Us.
Last of Us
3
with Bill.
And the director was so proud of it. It's like, oh yeah. I tricked people into watching a gay love story. It's like I'm not sure if they're gonna do that, but I could see them doing it. But however, Bo DeMayo, it does not. They got fired, so I don't know.
I don't know anymore. Was it for better or for worse? For all we know, he was the guy who was actually writing the good stuff.
Yeah. Let's see, does that mean a Storm is going to Wakanda and being courted by Black Panther as their son, and has their son? Maybe. But yeah, anything else? I think that's it, right? Relatively straightforward. It was entertaining. Like it wasn't something where like we sat there and we're like, oh no, this is awful, like Velma.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking out this segment of the Project Eggroll podcast. If you like what we do here, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you will know next time when we go live. We do go live every Saturday at 8 p.m. Once again, we are just getting started. Tons of more video to come. Thanks, and we'll see you guys next time.